Sorry for the rough exit. Earpiece working, check. You were just in an Animus. Animus, yes? You were using it to access a genetic memory file in Helix labeled Shay Cormac? You worked for Abstergo Entertainment, remember? Any of this ringing a bell? Your session triggered something bad, and it's affecting the whole building. We need to find your boss. You haven't forgotten your boss, have you? Melanie LeMay, zipper, chipper, overachiever? Here, take your communicator, check it if you get lost. Now let's get out of here.
Ah, so we're the player instead of Desmond.
Follow me. Double
Cool.
time. This... Chaos is absolutely your fault, in case you're wondering.
Come on, everyone. Just like we practiced in our safety drills. Everything is...
Well, you know, I want to have a little look around,
I
mate.
can't let you in here.
Okay,
I
better
suggest
not.
you move along.
Fuck you.
Hey, numbskull, don't wander off!
Hey, you bitch, shut up. Who are you talking to? Slap the fucking makeup off your face.
What the hell is happening?
A file labeled Shay Cormac was booby-trapped with some kind of virus.
Your job is to prevent
Virus.
this.
We need to contain these genetic memories, then we can destroy them.
No. Isolate them. I want to study these memories.
But
With respect, Miss LeMay, this is not a request.
You heard the man.
fine.
I need to borrow your numbskull. That okay with you, Ms. LeMay?
Borrow your mum.
Hey there, this might seem a bit weird, but you're gonna work for contractors we hired to, you know, upgrade our security. Mr. Otzoberg and Miss Violet DaCosta.
Call me Violet.
I have to go check on our people and prepare a statement for the press. Do whatever they tell you to do, okay? Go team!
Good team, suck on my pipe.
Technically, you're not responsible for this, but you're the one who let the virus out, so I think it's only fair you help me clean it up. Mr. Berg wants us to relive Shay's genetic memories. To do that, we need to access them from Helix. But the Helix is down. We'll have to reboot the main servers in the basement. Man, whoever designed this virus is a genius. Not only does it restrict our access to the cloud, it's adapted to fuck up the other operating systems that regulate building
Well,
functions.
maybe because you're a woman, you can't figure it out.
Melanie,
Never
elevators
thought of
are out
that,
of
you
commission.
hoe.
Are we stuck on this floor?
Damn, yes. I'll get a repair crew on site ASAP.
Oh yeah, Far Cry 3, that was great.
I guess it'll have to do for now.
So many good games I never recorded. I wish I found the Elgato as soon as it came out.
Shay's genetic memories.
Why? He's just a nobody as far as I can tell.
If Shay Cormac is who I suspect he is, then this temporary setback may provide us with an unexpected reward. Proceed to the server room on this floor.
Restore the server.
Do you see a flashing wireless signal? Great. That means you can still access systems. Go ahead and patch me into their feed. Once you restore the server, I'll connect your Animus workstation back to Helix. In theory, if you align the beams to segments of the core, it should solve the problem. But here's where it gets tricky. You have to move the circles in such a way that each segment is powered by a beam. The keyword here is each. One beam and one beam only per core segment, okay? Once everything is lit up properly, the system will reboot. Got it? Give it a shot. Good job.
Fucking
This one
easy.
wasn't too complex. But rebooting the advanced hardware in the rest of the building will require more work.
The assassins would have you believe that Al-Mualim was a great mentor who became corrupted with greed, and that he schemed with the Templars to acquire an apple of Eden. I see instead a shrewd and cunning leader.
I want to play as the motherfucking Knights Templars, man. Christian Knights, mate.
In order to keep the apple for himself.
Pushing the filth back to the filth lands they once came.
While it must be stated unequivocally that Al-Mualim was not a Templar, it is interesting to me that his vision of peace was more in line with Templar philosophy than assassin. In the past, both sides had the same goal, that of peace. Our only difference was how we chose to achieve it. Had Al-Mualim not been killed by Altair and allowed to carry out his plan, perhaps we would not be fighting now. It was only after Altair reformed the Brotherhood with its new ideals of free will that the conflict truly escalated and spread across the planet. For if the so-called wise man of the mountain can see things from our point of view, surely the same can be said for other assassins.
Berg discovers that the old man of the mountain was wise indeed. Did we just listen? Yeah, we just done that. Cool.
Okay. So I'm not sure you're supposed to see that. Just, you should just get back to your Animus. With the servers back online, you could, in theory, restore your co-workers' workstations if you know, feel like being helpful. And you could, in theory, find some more digital goodies if you know, feel like being sneaky.
So basically, she's giving us.
One of your coworkers dropped his communicator by the elevator. If you see any tech lying around like that, grab them. There might be a clue as to who did this.
So she's basically now.
that you have a
Oh,
long
fucking
shape
come on,
of
dialogue.
memories, we stand on the brink of a grand discovery. I know you must have questions about your new assignment, or about me. For now, all I will say is that Shay's story contains the answers. Shay will lead you to a greater understanding.
So what are we supposed to do? We press B to them. Robert Fraser. From Melanie LeMay. Hi, Robert. You come highly recommended, and I'm thrilled to have you in our studio. I'm putting you to work on a special project for me. Your subject is Arnaud Dorian. His story takes place during the French Revolution. I want you to explore every avenue of his life that you can. The goal is to have a new blockbuster to present to Abstergo Brass next year. As such, this is super classified. Your direct supervisor will be Aidan Sinclair. You can only discuss the project with Aidan or myself. As you'll probably be logging some overtime in your Animus, I've added a mandatory weekly meeting with our psychiatrist, Dr. Bibot, to make sure you're not suffering any bleeding effect. Welcome to Abstergo Entertainment. Don't let me down. That is...
Nice find. If it was me, I'd snoop to see if there's any juicy stuff on it. But I might be a terrible person.
So those Ubisoft use a lot of the same sounds then for their games, because that's definitely, when you press B, it's definitely a Splinter Cell sound. I don't know how to say this politely, so please don't think this is anything personal or a reflection of you or your work. You're a star. But I think doing an entire virtual feature about Loreno Torres is the single most boring picture that's ever come across my desk. Sorry. Just boring shit. So it's good that we have this free roam segment to grab stuff. Already been in here, there was not one in here, but I'll keep my eye out for them. There's one. I'd like to explore the possibility of follow-up to Liberation. We found some footage of Aveline's activities in New England, and it seems clear that she was still very active later in life. Ideally, I'd like a sequel to Liberation or some kind of follow-up, but I understand that's going to take some resources that we don't have right now. A quick fix option is to reuse the existing assets and take a more family-friendly angle of her story. From a scrappy servant to a woman of dignity and poise. Experience the heartwarming 18th century tale of a young Creole woman as she struggles to find her long-lost mother and heal the wounds of separation forever. Additionally, the liberation of Lady Evelyn might open up some revenue from women, which is a demographic I think we have been ignoring for far too long now. Listen, we know the facts that women don't play games, and all these Twitch women streamers, they're not real gamers. Like 1% of them are. Who are those two characters? Looks like some Jack Sparrow and some cowboy fuck. So let's look for more of these pads. Check each section we can. Hello AJ, it's looking like we'll be able to use Animus Tech to create a digital version of Manimadas to finish project of Davidja AI. My condolences again to your resilient cast and crew. If nothing else, we'll be able to give Manima the glamorous send-off she deserves. When it's done, I'd like to talk about using my sword tech to remaster other traditional forms of entertainment, concerts, sporting events for example, into fully immersive Animus experiences. That'd be good. I'd love to go into an Animus and relive my life. Everything I saw from the moment I was born. Go back to all those years, go back to the 80s and just see things, and you'll be able to like get memories of stuff that happened and things that you forgot. The amount of things you forget from when you're a child, even a teenager, Jesus Christ, I forget so much stuff. But in a way it's good you do forget it, because sometimes you'd probably be ashamed of your actions, you know, if you're a bit of a little shit when you were younger or whatever, or embarrassed or whatever. Or you could actually be happy. Oh, and let's not forget all the people that would want to go to the Animus so they can go and watch all from their eyes of their own all their old sexual conquests. Hilarious. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Go back and watch yourself when you first lose your virginity like a little loser. But on that email about the concerts and that does sound cool. Music concerts. Right. I'm just trying to make sure that I cover each section. So we won't be going in there. Not going back to my desk yet. I'm pretty sure that's our desk. Yeah, I'm not going back there yet. Another core repaired.
Hey, boss. Calling from Germany?
Yes, I am in Essen, searching for an artifact called the Ankh of Isis. Can you tell me anything about it?
Give me a minute to fire up my machines here. Okay. Not much. There's an obscure file from the data dump scanner that mentions it. It was allegedly 14th century Germany, where an assassin named Lucas Zergberg fought a Templar offshoot called the Brothers of the Cross. How original.
That's the file that led me to this bland shit pile. Is there anything else? Anything outside of Abstergo official records?
Nobody's ever seen the thing. There's all kinds of stories about its history. From Roman Gallia, Egypt during the Middle Ages, and even a cell of modern-day assassins. Oh. And it apparently raises the dead.
Is there any evidence to support this?
None at all. You know what I think? I think this is bullshit the assassins are spreading around so that people like us waste our valuable time sniffing after it. Smells like a trap.
Agreed. Keep an eye out for new information about the Ankh. While it may not lead to an artifact, we may be able to follow the data back to some assassins.
You got it, boss. Where are you off to next?
Cuba. I'm going to excavate the observatory.
Okay. So there's more computers with stuff on that I didn't see. God's sake.
Haytham Kenway remains a controversial figure for me. I have great respect for him. After all, he was the Grand Master of the Colonial Rite, charged with finding a precursor site. Haytham was cunning and ruthless, but he had a streak of emotional weakness that ultimately triggered his downfall. He lost his father when he was a child, and the British Grand Master Reginald Birch raised him to become a Templar Knight. Haytham eventually learned that his father, Edward, had been an assassin. That he chose to stay a Templar, rather than follow in his father's footsteps, indicates to me that he believed he was already on the right path. When Haytham discovered that Birch was the one who murdered his father, he and his sister killed him in revenge. I believe this was the beginning of his downfall. Templars kill for efficiency, not petty emotions. When he discovered that his son Connor was an assassin working against him in the colonies, the same emotional weakness stayed his blade. A pity Connor did not show him the same mercy.
Yeah, I remember him from Assassin's Creed 3. So it's not just those notepads we're looking for, it's actual computers also. The fuck? This is fucking annoying, this one. So it looks like we're going to be doing this one for a long fucking time, that's for sure. Fucking this is really annoying. There you go. You cocksucker.
Okay, the numbskull is in another Animus session, and I've required caffeine. All is right with the world.
Good.
This isn't really your kind of mission, is it, boss?
Every mission is important in its own way.
Still, I bet you'd rather be out with the rest of the team, hunting Sean Hastings or something.
Wouldn't you?
Hell yeah. I want a front row seat for that show.
Any word from Sorkin?
He's scheduled to update me in 43 minutes.
Good.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What's it like, using an animus.
I went through the Animi training program. It felt like the drills we used to do in the UT Jaeger.
You never use a normal animus like this one? To relive your own genetic history?
Only once.
Really? Who were you?
I was a young man. On the Viking raid on Lindsey Farn.
793, northeastern coast of England. Sorry, history nerd. So, how was it?
It was summer. Good sailing weather. The monastery was a center for religious studies, and we crashed into the city like a tidal wave.
And?
We pillaged and burned. They thought we were demons. The details of the memory were so vivid. I lost myself in the bloodlust. I defeated a Saxon, a great warrior, but did not want to kill him. I invited him to join our clan.
Ah, Norse adoption rituals. The chance to sail the world with the Vikings.
Yes, a chance to see the world as it really is.
What happened then?
He wept. Then he cried out that God had abandoned his people and that nothing remained but chaos. I felt such pity for him. I killed him without a second thought.
After we're done here, are we gonna have to kill the numbskull?
We will see.
Surely, if he chose to kill someone, aren't they changing history in a way? Anyway, let's so there is more computers. This has taken me much longer than I thought it would. Oh, here. That was quick.
Following the Great Purge of 2000, William Miles became the de facto leader of the Assassins. A cunning and ruthless strategist, he trained several agents who infiltrated Abstergo.
I want to see an Assassin's Creed set in nowadays.
And Lucy Stillman.
World War II.
In late 2012, I captured William Miles in Cairo and delivered him to Warren Vidic in Rome. Miles' son, Desmond, attacked Abstergo, killed Vidic and Master Templar Daniel Cross. He fled to a First Civilization temple in New York. On December 21st, Desmond Miles was killed inside the precursor structure. The grieving William Miles went underground and left the Brotherhood in the hands of Gavin Banks. Banks led a small team across the globe, attempting to rebuild assassin cells. We have confirmed sightings in Kyoto, Moscow, and Paris. Miles resurfaced in late 2013, and we have confirmed his involvement in the infiltration of Abstergo Entertainment Montreal by the assassins Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane. Both Miles and Banks remain at large. Agent Acosta has tasked the Akashic satellite Plexus to sweep the planet for traces of assassin activities. We have yet to locate them.
It's cool hearing this stuff, but I want to get into the gameplay. So how are we going to get into this other room then? That must be for another time.
This is a
Yeah, there's so many other computers. So I guess we'll go back to the... Oh, I found another one. I agree that Ezio's shady character makes him unsuitable for a leading role, so maybe we can take him out altogether and create a virtual tourism feature. Something like travel to the Italian Renaissance for a taste of fine wine, free thought and filthy hearts as external entertainment shows you a true meaning of enlightenment. 10 wild parties, witness spectacles and seen for 500 years and rub elbows with the most famous nerd the world has ever known, Leonardo da Vinci. I'm also considering the series focusing on some notable serial killers of history. Ezio certainly qualifies. Anyways, have a think and let me know what you come up with. So how many more of these stupid little things are there? Because it's not like you can see them on the map.
Restricted area.
I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time the first and only time we're gonna be able to come here. But I'm wasting a lot of fucking time. So I should really go straight into the next section. Been in here long enough.
It has been a long time.
Achilles.
Adewale, how go things in the West Indies?
Very poorly, I'm afraid.
Your countenance tells me we should discuss this. Come.
Who's our visitor?
That's Adewale. He's a slave who freed himself, and hundreds of his brothers in the West Indies. That man's a living incarnation of the Creed.
I see.
You join me for some practice?
Soon. I've got other business first.
Tell me what happened, old friend.
It was terrible, Achilles. The ground shook, and the ocean waves crashed over Port-au-Prince.
How many were lost?
Thousands. No family was left untouched.
I hate to bring up practical matters at a time like this. But did Mackandal's man complete his task before the hook?
I cannot know. Vendredi has not been found.